Hello, my gorgeous Aries. Welcome back to Fifi and Gigi's tarot readings. I hope you're all feeling absolutely amazing. Aries, I've got 3 decks that I want to use for this week. I'm going to jump straight in. I don't want to lose any time. We're going to start off with What's the Tea Oracle deck. I want to get a bit of a visual of what is going on between you and a certain person. So, of course, for this week, I want to see the current energies between you and your person. Now, I always say this, and I really mean it, completely regardless of what type of connection you have. I usually will see it very soon in the tarot cards or even in What's the Tea, right? So I will see what type of connection, what's going on between the both of you, but I really want to see the current energies. Why is it happening? And will there be any changes coming up? Now, where it's going to get very interesting though, Aries, is that in your optional extended reading, so remember it is optional, I do want to focus on milestones, events, activities, movement. So with your optional extended reading, I'll be using 2 completely different decks. So none of these ones, I've already got them behind me ready to use. And I really want to focus on what is going to happen next in the foreseeable future between you and your person. So here I'm looking at the current energies. I want to see, as I said, just to reiterate quickly, what's happening, why did it happen? I'm going to look at both energies, of course, and over at the extended reading, I'll still be looking at both energies, but I want to see what is going to happen, right? What is going to happen? What are the big milestones, or what events are going to take place between you and your person in the foreseeable future? So if you are interested in that, it's going to be an intense reading, just like this one. If you are interested, if I can talk properly today, if you are curious even, to see what is going to happen next between you and your person, the link to that optional extended reading is in the description box below, Aries. It is the very first link underneath all the yellow stars, and I have clearly labeled it. It says link to the extended love reading. So here we go. We've got 4, 3, 2, last one. Don't forget also to subscribe if you're happy with these readings, or even the energy that I put forward for you. That way you are guaranteed to never ever miss out on a reading that Gigi and I do for you every Monday. Now, bottom of the deck here, we do have fake flexing. Okay, acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off. So perhaps at the moment, maybe we're spending money that we don't have. Maybe we should be more like 4 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, saving it up for a rainy day. Perhaps your person, unfortunately, maybe you know this or not, but maybe they don't have the resources, or they're not very resourceful. They don't have the money that they say they do though. So they're kind of like pretending. Let's see. Okay, we also have an obsessive lover. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, karmic. This is definitely someone that could be emotionally clingy to you, emotionally needy, codependent on you. Ooh, okay. So there could be something a bit unhealthy between the both of you. And also, as a side message, perhaps they're also very hyper-focused on their career, on their money, on their status as well. Let's get 5 cards. Ooh, we got marrying for money. Ooh, okay. Now, it's my job, obviously, as a professional reader to go deeper than what we're seeing here. So this person, obviously, it looks like they're seeing you as their forever, regardless if you're together or not. It's almost like, you know what, I can see myself marrying Aries, but perhaps the issue here is that there isn't money. Perhaps your person is spending money on things that they really shouldn't, right? On toys or gambling, addictions, dependencies. So at the moment, why is this person creeping on you? Have we stopped talking? Is there a distance? Do they have trust issues? Are you looking them up maybe? There's something here about not so much spying, but maybe digging for information here. Let's see. Like I said, digging for information. We've got the screenshot giving evidence, proof, and facts here. Perhaps your person is looking you up online as well. I have a feeling here, Aries, that the majority of you, not all of you, but the majority of you, maybe there's being a kind of like a separation, but your person wants this to be temporary. So I am seeing that there's like a bit of a pause here. There's a bit of a break. Your person could be taking screenshots of you. Even just looking at old photos, old text messages here as well. Interesting how someone's trying to dust it off. It's like, I'm fine, I'm okay. Pff, you know, I'm not with Aries, it's fine. It's like, really? Then why are you creeping? Why are you taking screenshots? If you're easily accessible online, they could be taking obviously screenshots of your latest post, your stories, for example. We've also got spiritual hater. Hates on your spirituality, your light, your magic, and your power. So it kind of irritates their demons, in other words. That could be telling me, Aries, that maybe you're really kind of working from a place up here and your person's not trying to bring you down on purpose though, but I kind of feel they're operating maybe from a lower level vibration here. Oh, so there is an imbalance here. There is an imbalance. There is something a bit unhealthy here between the both of you. I feel like your person has a heavy focus on status, career, money, even. It could even be, you know, maybe they're entertaining something. Money's going towards something very unhealthy and toxic. Bonus message here is inside scoop, a closer look, nosy up in your business. So what is it that this person is always kind of, I don't know, maybe they're worried that you're kind of digging dirt on them, or I don't know, there's something here that your person is hiding. I feel it's their status. I feel like they don't have the money or the resources that they kind of led you to believe that they have. Maybe I think it's going towards something or someone. Two more. Maybe your intuition has been telling you there's something off. There's something awry here, and I can't even dust it off. There's something here that, you know, I'm not going to pretend everything's peachy. Let's do this. Current energies, please. So we've got more of a visual, right? But of course, with the tarot, we're going to get more information here. So we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Perfect. All right, here we go. I'm also really picking up here that perhaps your spirituality, your religion, and your faith is different from this person and they don't agree with you. Don't change for anyone, Aries. Power to you, okay? No. Yeah, we've got the 4 of Cups. Some of you just really might be over this Cancer energy. It is a card of melancholia, right? So it's almost as well when we do think of the past, we can get a bit sad. We think, what's the point, right? Even though we do have your person offering you that cup through the window, it's like, Aries, if you just turn around, please accept my offer. You know, please take this cup here. You might be feeling a little bit cold, a bit apathetic, a bit bored by this situation. What's the point, for example? Are you going to take action? Is this something that you're kind of just over? Let's see. All right, we've got you, the King of Wands, regardless of your gender. You're standing there in your power, watching this building, i.e. the relationship kind of burning at the moment. You're still holding a torch though, but yeah, there's the building. I feel with the Tower, Aquarius energy. This is Scorpio energy. You know, the Tower is the downfall of this connection. I feel like you gave this person chances, you gave them warnings, you gave them signs, you gave them inklings. You were like an amber light. Instead of a red light, Aries, you were an amber light, right? And you gave this person perhaps many chances and many warnings to not F up, right? But this is the downfall, right? People call it the disaster card, the downfall of this relationship. So are we together right now? I'm thinking for the vast majority of you are probably not together though. We have Temperance and we have the Strength card and we have the 2 of Pentacles. And that's as far back as I will go, the Knight of Wands. I do feel a lot of you are wondering, you know what, is it even worth it? Is it even worth my energy, my love, my resources, my time? Is it even worth it to try and heal this connection? I've been more patient. I can see you've been very patient with this person. Might have been an on again or off again connection. They pull back, then they love bomb you. Then, you know, they get into arguments and then there's like, you know, they make up with you. Let's see. We've got the High Priestess. Pisces energy. Behind the High Priestess is the 8 of Pentacles. In front of the High Priestess is the 4 of Pentacles. There's something here to do with your person's resources, the financial status, their money. I feel like they're withholding it from you. They could be withholding money from you. I feel like money could be going somewhere as well where it shouldn't be going. Maybe they're, I don't know. I'm not really seeing a third party as yet, but there is something here. I feel like they don't have the money or they're not in this position where they led you on. Maybe you already know this. The High Priestess is a confession card. So if this hasn't emerged, it's going to come to the light. So let's see. Let's talk about these energies. 8 of Cups. So who walked away from who? Was it you, Aries? Did you walk away from them? Did you pull back or did they? Couldn't be mutual, couldn't have happened at the same time. Either way, you left all your cups. You left all your effort and you took your heart with you, right? Ooh, okay, let's see. Justice. Libra energy, an injustice, something unruly, something unfair. Yeah, I kind of feel like if this person really, really wants you back, they're not only going to have to apologize, backed by facts and data and evidence, they're going to have to show you proof here. That's all about earning your trust, love, and respect back. There could also be issues with separation and divorce, legal proceedings. We've got the Hanged Man. Pisces energy. Okay, so everything at the moment, many of you might actually think that there's never been proper closure with this relationship. It just fizzled out, and you're like, you know what, I'm out of here, right? And now your person's kind of thinking, yeah, I would like to try with Aries, but I don't have the money, I don't have the resources. I don't know why their financial status, their position at work, it means a lot to them. I'm not sure why. Karmic friends, they could have very bad influences around them. Family, friends, and all that. They might be under kind of like their very sneaky, hypnotic influence, I might admit. I can see here that they are thinking about you. I mean, you think about them, but you're kind of thinking, well, what's best for me here as well? This is all about feeling the fear and do it anyway. Like literally cutting yourself free and getting closer to Aries though. But Aries, I'm not really sure. I think a lot of you are over this. Let's see. Yeah, there are messages coming your way. We have the Eight of Wands. Sagittarius energy, regardless here of geographical location. From what I can see here, this is known as Cupid's arrow, love messages. It's about movement, activity, speed. Remember, that's the second fastest moving energy in the deck. Your person wants to kind of reopen up lines of communication again. Now, if your person has very toxic people around them, they could be the ones that are hating on you as well. I'm wondering if your person ever defended you. You know, they had your back when you were not around though. They could be very jealous of you. Okay, why does your person want to talk to you? Because they're seeing you as my favorite 10, the 10 of Cups, which is Pisces energy. It's the happily ever after, emotional commitment. Of course, it means reconciliation for some of you. Of course, you know, engagement, marriage, and all this, domestic bliss. Bonus message is the Two of Cups, my second favorite card in the deck. This could even happen anytime within 2 months if it hasn't already happened. The card of true love, Cancer energy. This is two souls uniting together here as one. So I do see that there's going to be a very big emotional reconciliation here. Ooh, many of you might actually just meet this person in the middle out of sheer curiosity. But one thing you don't want this to be is an on again or off again connection. You don't want this person to waste your time. Oh, that could have been very wishy-washy. I just feel with the energies here, I'm not really liking the people around them. I'll be really honest. It could be a group of friends, even if it's colleagues or even family members, parents, siblings, cousins, whoever it is. They talk a lot. You know those people, they just have a mouth, but everything that comes out of it is crap. So, yeah. I mean, so far the energy could be that, you know, I can see that your person wants to talk to you. They're really going to have to balance everything out. They're going to have to give you proof, give you evidence. They're going to have to, like I said, earn your trust, love, and respect back. Because many of you have taken your heart with you and you have emotionally disconnected from this person. But the Two of Cups actually always says, hang on a second, Aries, before you fully close that door and you lock it, perhaps there is something that you do need to see or you need to hear from the horse's mouth, if you understand what I mean. There's something you need to see. The Two of Cups is a big reconciliation card of kindred spirits where it says now is not the time to walk away because there's something that needs to come to light. It's a bit hard to see, but we have the Caduceus sign there, which is what you see obviously in hospitals, doctors' offices, which is healing as well. So here we go. We got 3, 2, 1 card wanted to come out. Last one. Here we go. Things are looking very uncertain. Interesting how the card came out reversed. I don't read reversals, but when I do see it reversed, I respect it. We have the 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So it's the most stressful, the most tired, the burnout card, the most burdensome card, but it was reversed. I feel like your person is ready now to drop these wands and to come clean because that is the end of a cycle. And the 10 of Wands has no choice but to roll over to the Ace of Wands, which is Aries energy, which means what? A brand new start with you. Oh, bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're getting an apology. Wow, the Knight of Cups. So Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, the most romantic night. You know, it's like a dreamer, an idolist, the most emotional knight here as well. They're already extending that cup, which is their love offer. Of course, it is an apology, but it is also a very big card of resuming this romance. This is what they want, because they still have very deep feelings for you, Queen of Cups. They understand, though, that's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. They do understand that you have very strong boundaries. One thing they don't know is how pissed off are you with them and the people around them? Because the moon, Pisces, Cancer energy, and we have a lot going on here. People are battling and they're fighting against the dragons, right? 5 of Wands, Leo energy. They do not know how pissed off you are yet. They don't know if you're still angry. They don't know yet. They're afraid that there might be competition for your attention. The moon is a very intuitive card, but it's also about secrets. It's about what lies beneath. You know, it's your person's internal fears, their internal anxieties. They don't know how to read you. They've got intuition, but they don't know how to use it. 5 of Pentacles, left out in the cold. Oh, interesting. I got several messages. That's Taurus energy. Money could have been lost or stolen. Your person could be hemorrhaging money somewhere where they don't want it to go. That's loss of money. That's loss of income. It's loss of hours, loss of job or jobs if they have more than one. But it's a massive rejection card. I do feel that they're extremely concerned under the influence of the moon that you are going to reject them. And I feel like a lot of you, it's almost like, yeah, I moved on, or at least I thought I moved on. But now, why are we coming back together though? Maybe it could be just for a chance for forgiveness. Maybe it could be a chance just to get everything out in the open. Maybe some of you want this person to, you know, work on this relationship. So let's talk about your energy. Okay, it looks like we are coming together. Whether it's briefly or long term, we need to see more. But we do have the Lovers, Gemini energy. And we do have, of course, Archangel Raphael influencing the both of you to come back together. So it's actually, look at this, we've got a lot of major arcanas here, which means it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And of course, Aries, you are being called to make a choice from your heart. Hand on your heart right now. If this person were to message you, which they are, would you pick up the phone? What would you say to this person? Because I do feel like they were lying. I feel like there were mysteries. They were withholding information from you. Perhaps they were embarrassed about, you know, looking like a loser or unsuccessful in front of you. At the same time, they were listening to some pretty toxic and I'm going to say some pretty crappy people around them. We do have Justice, the Knight of Swords. Ooh, look at that. The fastest moving knight, fixing the past first, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. They're very determined here. Mentally, they are heavily mentally and emotionally entertaining the thought of taking action, which I'm seeing that they will, right? A lot of messages, a lot of changes, a lot of transitions, a lot of offers in the next few weeks, a lot of conversations coming up here. And it's all to do here with the Hanged Man. Everything hangs in the balance about the state of this relationship. The High Priest, often known as the Hierophant, right? Very interesting. That's Taurus energy. It's about your person's morals, values, ethics, right? How they comported themselves with you. It's about commitment, engagement, marriage here. I do feel like they may be getting either professional advice or spiritual advice here as well. They're definitely talking to someone that does mean well, but I feel like a person needs to fix their life. There is something here with their financial status, their job status here. They could be overly, I'm surprised I haven't seen the Devil yet, but they could be just overly materialistic here. Like, it's like probably they're seeing you up here and they're down here. Like, I'll never be good enough for Aries. I'm hearing they might also have a bit of a jealous streak as well. What's part of these messages, please? Queen of Pentacles. See, I knew it. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, but it's your energy. They're seeing you as too good for them. Many of you might be business owners. You're very good with money. You're very good with business. You give wise advice. People lean on you for support, moral support. You're excellent at giving, like, just really kind of valuable advice that people can use. I mean, listen, they can see themselves spending the rest of their life with you. I feel like they got scared and they listened to the wrong people. Definitely might have been a third party involved. I'm not really picking up romantic though. There couldn't have been a friend or someone that had feelings for your person, but ultimately your person's heart belongs to you. That's why we have the 10 of Cups though. I see that, if anything, you're going to put this on the back burner. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight, but very interesting that we got all the knights, right? Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Lots of changes are coming up. Your person realizes that with the Hanged Man, everything's come to a standstill. There was never proper closure. We never properly hugged and said goodbye and it's over and all this. Everything's just kind of suspended in the air. They realize that to really fix this, they need to offer you something valuable. See, you're holding the pentacle, they're holding that pentacle. They need to offer you something of value, something solid, which is commitment, right? And of course, you got my surprise card. Let me just put it up there. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. We have the Page of Cups. More apologies, a budding romance. Can you forgive me, please? Can you please trust me in all this? So far the energy is looking very distant. We're not together. It's looking quite complicated here. But your person is working up kind of like this Knight of Wands courage, you could almost say. They want to drop these wands and the burdens, perhaps people, situation, events that no longer serve them, to face you, right? They want to resume this connection, open up lines of communication once more. They're probably going to have to work for it with the Strength card, only because I see a lot of you are probably either turned off or you've just emotionally disconnected. It's like, I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to wait for this person. But this is the thing. All tarot readings, really, in my opinion, they're always a heads up. We can invite it in with open arms. We can be curious enough about it, or we can completely reject it. So this is definitely a heads up for you that your person will be, as a surprise, completely out of left field. After the downfall of this connection, they're going to be messaging you. They still have your number. I'm hearing something about an address, a physical address. Either they're going to send you something, anything to get your attention here. They do love you. Temperance wants to heal this though, but they're going to have to be very patient. They're going to have to seek your genuine forgiveness here. So this is going to be really interesting. The choice under the influence of the Two of Pentacles will be yours, right? But you're in a position of power. A lot of you may be just very hurt or even just bored with this merry-go-round, right? But listen, healing can happen. That's why we have the Lovers. And we have the Page that grows up to the Knight and also the Queen of Cups. So there is still a lot of emotions between the both of you, but it's uncertain. I feel like the only way, Aries, for you to know if you truly want them back or not is to, just knock the camera there, sorry, is to actually have a series of conversations with this person about the potential of this connection, about where you stand, where they stand. No more lies, no more pretending, no more third party or, people yapping and influencing your person. You really want this person to stand up and step up, and I believe that they will. So this is all good. I can see the energy so far is like, all right, we're going to start talking again. We're talking about the possibility of healing and resuming. But in your optional extended reading, I want to see what's going to happen next. Right? So I'll be using 2 different tarot decks. I want to see what's going to happen next. What is the heads up for you in terms of the next events, the next milestones, the next actions? So I'll still be looking at both your energies. I just want to see what is going to happen next in the foreseeable future. That's going to give you more clarity, especially here. You're not even moving forward. You're still kind of at a bit of a standstill. So if you are interested, the link is in the description box below. It's going to be a continuation of this reading. I'm just going to jump straight in. And no, I'm not going to lose any time. I'm just going to jump straight in. I want to see what's going to happen next. So if you are interested, I'll see you on the other side. If this is where we depart, Aries, I do wish you the absolute very, very, very best. And remember, power to you. Never, ever change for anyone. Bye, Aries.